I started with McKinsey. Actually, my first job out of college was at T. Rowe Price, and I was there for a few years. Had always wanted to get into the development business for a number of reasons. My dad had been in politics, but he also dabbled in real estate development, so that was kind of exciting to me. That's how I ended up at McKinsey.
For the last 23 years, I've been working with GIS, or Geographic Information Systems technology, and it's about putting data onto maps so people can make better decisions. Roughly 9 years ago, I got a call from McKinsey, had some relationships there, and they said, you work at a university, at Towson University, and you know about this technology and we need some help. At the time it was with their retail team. They'd need a student or someone to help out with some mapping, and I said, sure, I can hook you up with a student. Tell me more about commercial real estate, because I didn't know a lot about it at the time. And as they told me about their need and the way that they could put data together to make better real estate decisions, I realized that there was a huge opportunity there. So long story short, I put my hand up and we worked it out. And the timing was crazy in that I left the comforts of state government to go into commercial real estate a month before the economy crashed in 2008. So that was crazy, but in fact, it ended up being the best career move of my life, because during that time, while it was tough for a lot of us, what we did ended up being a secret weapon for McKinsey, in large part to help them weather the storm and make better decisions faster. You know, a decision that used to take maybe a phone call took 3 phone calls and some double checking and some checking the data. And so my part of the team of supporting McKinsey decisions was really good timing in that struggling economy at the time.
We actually have positioned ourselves as the McKinsey companies because we are a full service firm. We do provide brokerage, and interestingly enough, we got into third-party brokerage. We started as a development company, but we got into third-party brokerage at the end of, I guess, back in the 90s. We needed to branch out a little bit, and so we developed a brokerage division. We always had property management. We have a construction division, construction company, capital markets company, GIS, the data story. We're into residential development. The nice thing about our firm is that we do collaborate, so we're able to provide all these services under one roof. That's been really helpful to our clients.
I think we all recognize we're not short on data in this day and age, right? I mean, we hear big data, we hear a lot about the data that's out there. What we might be sometimes as a society short on is insight into that data. We believe at Data Story, and why we exist, is to understand that data through the lens of a map, because there's a lot of really interesting, even neuroscience, about how maps are a tremendous way to absorb a lot of very disparate information and make it meaningful. So that's our tool of trade. That's the technology we work with. And essentially what we do is we turn data into insight. And we do that through maps and apps, being a way for partners like Trish, as a broker, to do research better and faster, or if she's having a conversation with a client, to help them understand a market faster. Because it's one thing to say this part of the market is growing, but when you show it and you see these colors popping in these growth areas, it just engages people in a new way, and it allows you to get more collaboration and just better insight. I like to think about how most decision makers that you might be working with, they're best at making decisions. They're in the role that they're in because they need to make a decision for their company. But unfortunately, a lot of people spend so much time getting ready to make that decision. Like 80% of the time getting ready to make a decision, only 20% of your time making the decision. What we do at Data Story is flip that on its head and say, let's get through that science real quickly, so that then the art and the creativity about where does our business want to grow, where do we want to expand to, those more subtle, nuanced, localized conversations can be done in the context of what is so, says the data.
Our motto is basically that local matters. We are a local firm, however, which is great in that we believe in creating relationships and establishing relationships and being involved in the community. And we feel by promoting that, it gives us a knowledge that a lot of the other firms don't have. So, we pride ourselves actually on being local but regional, and we can be national if we need to be. Our local presence really allows us to know the market better than anyone else and position ourselves so that that we have these relationships and we get involved on the community level. I can't tell you the number of times that because of the relationships that we have and understanding the market that a regional or a national player may not have is getting deals done that might not otherwise get done, or adding that value to the client, giving that value to the client. Without naming deals, I've been involved with some where an outside broker just doesn't understand the market. And the fact that we have as many brokers that we have in Maryland, it allows us to work as a team. We work as teams, so we're not just going in a market that we don't understand. There's always someone on that team that knows that market inside and out. And we feel that that really makes a difference and helps us get deals done.